Remember Satan in Matthew chapter 4? The beginning of the series, Satan said, hey, here, you come worship me, and I will give you dominion over the earth. But here we see Jesus having both authority over heaven and the earth by the will of God instead of the will of Satan. By the way, Satan, if you follow him, will give you some beautiful blessings on earth, but he has no power over the heavens. All authority, it says, in heaven and on earth has been given to me. This is a pretty intense statement, but it has greater implications when you consider what's underneath this verse. See, here Jesus chooses once again to connect his words with the words of another from the Old Testament, the words of someone referring to the Son of Man. We've used this title before, but it's not surprising considering the Son of Man is the name Jesus used to describe himself most in the Bible. Jesus didn't call himself the Christ, didn't call himself the Messiah as often as he called himself the Son of Man. The Son of Man is a reference to an Old Testament character that really comes to light in the book of Daniel, Daniel chapter 7. In Daniel chapter 7, there's this vision of, Daniel's having this vision while he's living in Babylon, and he sees these creatures come out of like this terrible sea, and the creatures are like evil and ugly, and some are, you can't even describe them, and he describes in the scene, in the vision, that they're there to murder, to destroy, to kill, to utter demolish everything good. It's a terrible, terrible image. And they come out and they're like scary, and Daniel's like overwhelmed by the vision. And then his vision moves a bit to the throne room of God. And he looks up and he sees who he calls the Ancient of Days, that's God himself, sitting in the throne room. And he sees one of the creatures being condemned by the Ancient of Days. And in that same vision, he looks around and he sees somebody that he calls the Son of Man. And in that text, this is the description given to the Son of Man. And if you listen to it, you're going to catch some of the words from Matthew chapter 28. He was, that's the Son of Man, given authority. All authority in heaven and earth has been given to me. Glory and sovereign power. All nations and all people of every language worshiped him. What are they supposed to do? Go out and find people of all nations. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, and surely I will be with you always to the very end of the age. That will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and not even the gates of Hades will overcome it. Jesus has been saying throughout his ministry that he is that character, that he is the Son of Man. He is that heavenly person who has descended, who has divine authority, and will confront the evil that is coming out from the world. He will condemn and destroy evil and death. Now, what was set up in this vision was supposed to be kind of a future image, but Jesus is saying in Matthew chapter 28 that what you understood about Daniel 7, you have to see happening now. All authority has been given to me. The risen Jesus has proven to be vindicated over all evil, vindicated over death. He has become a victor of hell, of the evils of man, of Satan, and of the grave, and of all the beasts of Daniel chapter 7. And he stands there before the disciples and says, hey, remember the role of the Son of Man? I am here today fully established in it. This is why he says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Interestingly enough, at the beginning of the Gospels, somebody tried to offer him to have rule over the earth. Remember Satan in Matthew chapter 4? The beginning of the series, Satan said, hey, here, you come worship me, and I will give you dominion over the earth. But here we see Jesus having both authority over heaven and the earth by the will of God instead of the will of Satan. By the way, Satan, if you follow him, will give you some beautiful blessings on earth. But he has no power over the heavens.